don't get punched in the face for thinking that you just see YouTube. That's what BMG niggas do. You get big racks, you feel me?
You already know BMG got the city hot. And that's a fact.
BMG got the city hot. Foul.
Man, BMG got the city hot.
You wanna shoot up a classic, a school shooter? Better know my clip like a school.
What's good stuff? Yeah. It's your boy Classic. You are now tuned in to the Realest Reaction channel. I need everyone to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the battle in Brooklyn, Fall of the Choos. Everybody always asks me to react to these type of videos and shit, but you know, I don't really be liking to make super long reactions. And these should be like 10 minutes sometimes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I'd be like, damn, but this one is short, so I'm going to get into it and see what they got to say, man.
Popular rapper was shot and killed overnight. Nick Blixey was discovered with gunshot wounds on Winthrop Street in Prospect Lefferts Gardens. A picture from Instagram shows the rapper, who has tens of thousands of followers, a 21-year-old artist born as Nicholas Thompson, was shot around 9:30 last night. Tributes poured in from the hip-hop world on social media for the Jamaican-American artist.
But the poison is no longer part of the tree. You get me? So whatever shit this nigga had going on ain't got nothing to do with GD or Choke.
At all.
Nothing. You heard?
Card is revoked.
He's no longer GD, you heard?
Card is revoked. Everything
He's
is
no
revoked.
longer GD. He's no longer GD.
We have stamped that.
Whatever he got going on has nothing to do with the nation. You get me?
I'm in New York City, in the middle of the street. Tell Coach to go stop hiding.
Yo, this video
Caine
right
looking
here
for Coach to Ghost.
If y'all didn't see my reaction to this video right here, it's on my page. Go look it up. Go look it up. It's on my page. This shit is funny as fuck.
Tag Coach to Ghost, tell him Envy Caine want that. And I got it on me for real, and I'm dolo. I'm not with nobody. I'm not with no friends. I'm not with no folks. I'm not with no choos. I'm not with no twirls. I'm at the back door, nigga. So where's Coach to Ghost at?
We know that almost 90% of guns used in crimes in New York are trafficked from out of state.
The reintroduction of the bill comes as shooting incidents have spiked by 22% in the city this year.
In Brooklyn alone, 306 people have been shot year to date.
Shit. Niggas is drilling for real, right? Shit.
Alright, so what's up everybody? Since Pop Smoke's untimely passing in February of 2020, Brooklyn drill has been taking over the music industry. The combination of UK beats with New York slang and grimy lyrics has made for some of the hottest songs coming out of the underground. People like Chef G, Fabio Foreign, and Sleepy Hollow have been heading the front when it comes to the mainstream attention. Back in May of 2020, Drake linked with Fabio Foreign and Sosa Geek for his song Demons that was released on his Dark Lane Demo Tapes EP. One thing that all the top artists coming out of the Brooklyn drill scene have in common is that they fall under the Wu umbrella, or they have ties to it. Since gangbanging originally made its way to New York, it has transformed significantly. What was once about color banging and getting money has become simply about people just wanting to knock each other's heads.
You see how motherfuckers watch my reactions, right? And like, I'll be talking about certain things in a reaction, or I'll touch a certain point. Niggas be like, yo, Upper, you moving like a cop, or you doing all of this shit, right? Now, it's something called public information. If it's there on the internet for niggas to find out, anybody could know it. You ain't a rat if you read something and you said what you read. It's already out there, right? Now, I notice y'all like to watch these videos. Y'all don't call these niggas rats. These niggas not from the hood. I'm from the hood, so I know what the fuck be going on. These niggas not from the hood, and they be making up videos of shit that goes on in the hood, and they be dead right about a lot of shit. Like, they'll hit it right on the nail with a lot of the videos. Some of them videos be bullshit. They be talking nonsense. But some of these niggas be making shit, and it's like, yo, bro, these niggas from a whole nother country, a whole nother state, and they be knowing everything that's going on because it's on the fucking internet for them to find out, and the rappers already saying it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas gotta stop calling people snitches. Tell the rappers they snitching, because they be snitching on themselves and their team.
Heads off because of what block they're from. Without complicating things too much, there are two umbrellas that are comprised of these smaller sets of gangs. The Wu Alliance is the bigger, more famous group. Wu is comprised mostly of both Bloods and Crips, and like I said earlier, most big rappers coming out of New York, including Pop Smoke, are Wu. On the other side of the beef are the Choos. The Choos are primarily made up of gangster disciples, or GDs, and they have a lot of musical talent, but similarly to the GDs in Chicago, they don't get nearly as much coverage as their ops. Some notable names coming from the choos side are Coach daghost, MV Caine, and the man who started the modern style of Brooklyn drill with the UK beats, 22Gs. The Woos and choos are basically the successors of the Wave Gang and the Hood Stars, two Brooklyn-based gangs that were part of a huge gang sweep in 2012 called Operate.
Alright. What song did he come out with like mad years ago that was on the UK drill beat? Cause isn't No Suburban on an Axel beat? I'm trying to remember, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember, like, what song that Tutu did before Suburban and all that shit. Like, who made that Suburban beat? I gotta go see too. But I know No Suburban by Chef G is an Axel beat. So if Tutu didn't do no Axel beats before No Suburban, then that means Chef was doing it first. But there's other niggas that did it before both of them niggas.
Tidal wave. While the Woos have cemented themselves in the industry, the choos on the other hand have slowly been dwindling, at least on the music side. 22Gs is probably the most popular name coming from the choos side. He signed to Kodak Black's Sniper Gang label and has gotten a lot of recognition for creating the new age Brooklyn drill sound. Him and a group of his GD friends created a group called Blicky Gang. What started out as a group of kids just running around in the streets eventually grew into a group of aspiring rappers. Some of the notable names are Nick Blicky, Nas Blicky, and Ryu Blicky.
These police is something else.
Why they shot him though?
Word to that's my video.
Word
to that's my video.
They got a guy on the floor and he gonna die.
Word to that's my video right
At around 9:30 p.m. on May 10th, 2020, Nicholas Thompson, better known by his stage name Nick Blicky, was gunned down on Winthrop Street in Brooklyn, just 4 blocks from his house. It was first reported that he was killed during an altercation with police, but that was later determined to be false. At around 9:15 p.m., surveillance footage caught a man named Caliph Glean entering a bodega and buying a drink. Shortly after, another camera would capture Glean, who was wearing a blue bandana, a hoodie, bronze foam posits, and a ring on his left hand, dap Nick Blicky up, and then proceed to shoot him 7 times. The most damning evidence was a globe tattoo on the suspect that was seen in the bodega just prior to the shooting. An eyewitness heard gunshots and saw the suspect run away before jumping on a dirt bike being driven by an unknown getaway driver and speeding off. Surveillance captured a man believed to be the shooter entering a building at 800 Eastern Parkway, where it is reported that Glean lived. He'd go on to be arrested a few weeks later on June 11, 2020 in Philadelphia. Glean had just been paroled in October of 2019 after serving 2 years for an attempted murder charge. A few hours prior to his murder, Nick Blicky had started promoting his debut mixtape that was set to be released on June 3rd, just 2 weeks after he was slain. The Blickies and choos members would go on to mourn the loss of Nick Blicky, while his ops on the other hand would take to social media to clown his death. 1090 Just OB, another rapper from Brooklyn, would post a now viral photo of him standing on who he thought was Nick Blicky's grave with the letters GD.
Nah, but that's fucked up though. Like, even though he, like, cause now that everybody was talking about it, he said he never said that it was Nick's grave or none of that shit, right? But then why would you put GDK on somebody's grave, like a random person's grave? Like, that's just weird.
K, which stands for Gangster Disciple Killer, spray painted on it. Nick Blicky's mom would later take to social media to deny the claims that it was her late son's gravestone and would go on to say that he was cremated.
But the poison is no longer part of the tree. You get me? So whatever shit this nigga had going on ain't got nothing to do with GD or choos.
At all.
Nothing. You heard?
Card is revoked.
He's no longer GD, you heard?
Card is revoked. Everything
He's
is
no
revoked.
longer GD. He's no longer GD.
We have stamped that.
Whatever he got going on has nothing to do with the nation. You get me?
I'm in New York City, in the middle of the street. Tell Coach daghost stop hiding. MV Caine looking for Coach daghost. Tag Coach daghost, tell him MV Caine want that. And I got it on me for real, and I'm dolo. I'm not with nobody. I'm not with no friends. I'm not with no folks. I'm not with no choos. I'm not with no twirls. I'm at the back door, nigga. So where's Coach daghost at?
A few months after Nick Blicky was murdered, 2 other prominent choos members would publicly start beefing. Coach daghost and MV Caine, both GD, would go back and forth on social media sending disrespectful shots at one another. Coach would even denounce MV Caine's choos allegiance. The reason for their beef isn't known, but people have speculated that it stems from a robbery in Atlanta that involved Caine. This would cause a rip between the three biggest Cho rappers, Caine, Coach daghost, and 22Gs. Fast forward to July of 2021. Coach daghost released his debut project titled Ghost Stories, and shortly after he would get arrested in Atlanta and brought back to New York. Many people were confused by his sudden arrest, but it turns out that he'd been on the run for a parole violation for almost 3 years.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, I was gonna make a video on the whole situation with the indictment to clear that shit up too, but I just didn't. Like, I didn't feel like it, bro. I don't want to be annoyed and shit. You feel me? That shit just be bringing too much controversy. I could have made a whole video on this whole situation on what happened because I know the backstory and shit.
Years. In 2011, Coach was picked up during Operation Tidal Wave as the alleged leader of the Hood Stars gang. Police had been investigating several shootings in Brooklyn, which led to the arrest of 43 gang members, 25 from the Wave gang and 18 from the Hood Stars, on charges including murder, assault, reckless endangerment, robbery, and weapons possession. The gang members, ages 15 to 21, bragged about their shootings on social media sites such as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. He came home in 2017, and in early 2020, he was signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 Records. It isn't publicly known if he was dropped.
I ain't gonna front. How this nigga get signed, right? And then go on he was on a run and didn't deal with that situation or lawyer up and I don't know how he made himself get caught up like that. Should lawyered up and all that shit. Get that shit situated for a long time.
If he just separated from Guwap, but at some point they parted ways and he signed directly to Atlantic. Coach is currently awaiting his parole hearing and the status of his case.
Guwap is signed to Atlantic too.
Just a couple months after Coach got picked up in August of 2021, the feds arrested 9 members of the Blicky gang in connection to a firearms trafficking operation that helped to supply Cho members in New York with 87 guns that were purchased in Georgia. The indictment alleges that James Thomas, also known as Spaz, and Courtney Schloss, better known as Balenci, used a Georgia resident to buy at least 87 guns from 6 federal firearms licenses in Georgia. They would allegedly make orders for specific firearms from customers in New York, then would transport them by bus from Georgia to New York. The ATF would use their music videos, specifically one song titled Guns in the Booth, to match the serial numbers on the guns to the ones that were suspected of being trafficked.
See what I was saying? You see what I was saying? When I was saying that in my reactions, I'm telling niggas showing them guns, they gonna look at the serial numbers and all that shit. Niggas say, yo, Upper, you moving like a cop. I was moving like a smart nigga that could have saved niggas, but niggas didn't want to listen to me because niggas have that programmed in their head that they need to hate me like I'm the fucking enemy. Y'all got troll cops in the comment section saying like they hate me so much. The people don't hate me, bro. It's fucking cops that be in the comment section on fake pages saying the bullshit because they don't want me to wise y'all up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. And niggas, look, I said these things to niggas already.
Titled Guns in the Booth to match the serial numbers on the guns to the ones that were suspected of being trafficked. Prosecutors also say that one of the guns was used to shoot at NYPD officers in the Bronx on February 21st, 2021.
And giving niggas game for the longest, bro.
With all the turmoil happening on the Cho side of the war happening in Brooklyn, it's not looking so good for them, especially when it comes to the music. 22Gs is currently the only remaining artist that is still alive and free. He released his project, The Blicky Tape 2, back in March, and he has a tour planned for September of 2021. Let's hope that he's able to carry the torch for the Chos in the
You got Breezy Blicky, you got Nas Blicky, you got other niggas that's free too and alive.
Industry while they're fighting their cases. With all the musical talent on that side and the lack of recognition, it would be unfortunate to see them continue to diminish. We'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Alright, you see how this video got all the details on certain shit, even knowing about what happened in Atlanta and shit, right? It's something that you can go read on the internet and shit. Like, if you take time to go educate yourself, like they say, reading is fundamental, right? You go read about things, you might know what the fuck I be talking about sometimes when I be reacting or I speak on something. It's not the fact that I'm a cop, nigga. It's just the fact that I'm aware of what's going on in my area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fully aware. Like, nigga, y'all might not want to believe it. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all from other states, y'all don't know. Y'all look at it like, oh yeah, he not in the streets, he does YouTube. You're right, man. I came from the streets, though. Now I'm just smart enough to stay away from it and get money, you feel me? But at the end of the day, nothing that I learned, nothing that I did is gone, nigga. It's still here. Like, I'm still the same person with just a different outlook on life. You know what I'm saying? and I make smarter moves because I done fucked up already. You know what I'm saying? Niggas now doing the fuck ups that I did 10 years ago. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And niggas be like, oh, yo, you mad? Oh, because I say shit like what I just said. Like I did it 10 years ago. Like niggas was really young doing shit. Like niggas didn't wait till it was 18, 19 and shit to be doing shit. Niggas was like young doing shit. You feel me? Niggas was outside from young. Like niggas 13, 12. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga back in the day, nigga, one of my mans went up for man one at like 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like niggas gotta understand, bro. Like when I be telling y'all shit, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's not just y'all, I'm just talking because I could talk. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes y'all need to listen. Look at this shit, bro. Serial code. Niggas think, oh yeah, it's a fresh strap. I could brand this shit in the video. Why you think Coach the Ghost put the flag around it? Cause Coach the Ghost actually did time before he know what the fuck he doing. You feel me? That's why he wrapped that shit up when it's in the video. You know it's a strap in the flag. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to see what strap it is. But you know it's a strap in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how niggas need to move. Niggas want to show the strap so people could know that they drilling in the streets. You need to do that. Because it's getting niggas fucked over. Look at this shit. They got a whole squad specific for rappers with guns and videos to see if it was traffic. That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. And then you got to watch. Okay, if you scratch the code off, let me give y'all a game now. Because y'all going to scratch the code off just to show it in the video anyway. If you scratch the code off, right? Now, there's certain things about a strap aside from the motherfucking the serial code that brings it back to the strap. You feel me? Every strap has something when you fire it, it leaves a groove on the bullet and shit, right? Now, nigga, you shoot that shit, it'll track back to what gun shot it or whatever. But also, you gotta remember, if a legal licensed carrier purchased a gun for you and sold it to you and then you brought it back here. Now, if they're investigating that nigga that buys the guns and shit like that, nigga, you have those guns in the video. They're going to be like, all right, this is the exact gun that he purchased right here. Okay, you scratch the serial code of, there's other ways to do ballistics on that shit and find out that that's that same gun that nigga purchased in Atlanta and sold to you. You brought it back to New York and shot your video with it. So for future references, put your flag around it or don't put it in the video at all, man. That niggas be bugging. But it's a good informative video and shit like that. You feel me? Shout out to Trench Tales, man. Shout out to Trench Tales. But anyway, if y'all like these type of videos and shit, comment in the comment section below and I'll drop a couple more for y'all. Please don't make the video be over 10 minutes for me to react to, because while I'm reacting, it's gonna extend the time from what the video originally is. So you feel me? Don't make it be too long. 10 minutes is good. You know what I mean? It's your boy Upper Class. If you not subscribed to Stella Gang yet, what you waiting for? Come on, join the squad, man. Stella Gang got the city hot. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you notified every time I drop a new video, man. BMG got the city hot. Y'all niggas know what's going on, man.